The story begins in Thailand, where an archaeologist named Luke is running away after stealing a famous painting from a local mafia gang. The mafia is chasing him, but Luke smartly escapes through alleyways and narrow streets and manages to board a train. Just as he starts to relax on the train, he meets a girl named Esme. Turns out she too is after the same painting. She demands that Luke hand it over. When he refuses, Esme's henchmen attack him, and a fight breaks out inside the train. Luke once again manages to escape by jumping off the train. Now the scene shifts to London. Here we meet Luke's sister Charlotte, an art curator by profession working at a London museum. Personally, she's going through a tough time, in the middle of a divorce and a custody battle for her son, which leaves her stressed. One morning, she reaches the museum only to find Luke waiting there. After many years, she's shocked to see her brother, but as they talk, Luke distracts her and steals a painting called Head of Christ from the museum. Charlotte chases after him outside the museum, where Luke is waiting for her in a fancy car. Charlotte gets into the car to retrieve the painting, but police surround them. Luke speeds off, and the police begin chasing him. After an intense chase, Luke hides the car inside a large trailer truck, escaping the police. Inside the trailer are Luke's two partners, Patrick and Deb. Luke hands over the painting to Patrick, who tries to find clues hidden in it. The mystery of what clues they're looking for unfolds later. Luke offers Charlotte a chance to work with him. She refuses, saying, "I will not work with a thief." Just then, Patrick reveals that there are no clues in the painting. Hearing this, Luke knocks Charlotte unconscious and leaves her at a safe location. Later, Charlotte returns to the museum only to discover that Luke had returned the painting to the same place from where he stole it. However, despite this, the authorities fire Charlotte for allegedly being part of the theft. Now, Interpol is after Luke, and they start following Charlotte too. With her job gone, she also loses the chance to win custody of her son. Furious, Charlotte storms into Luke's hideout and yells at him for ruining her life. They argue, but once again, Luke invites her to join his mission. He finally reveals what the mission is all about. They're searching for the Fountain of Youth, a magical fountain that grants eternal life, wealth, and fame to anyone who drinks its water. Luke's team includes Patrick, Deb, and a businessman named Owen, who is sponsoring their trip. Owen claims he has cancer, and he wants the fountain to cure himself. Owen offers Charlotte a deal. If she helps them, he'll hire the best lawyers to help her win her son's custody and also get her job back at the museum. Charlotte agrees under that condition. Luke warns that the fountain can be misused, which is why a secret society called Protectors of the Path had hidden it during ancient times. Their descendants still protect it. However, there was once an opposing group who wanted the fountain made public. That group hid clues in 6 famous paintings of Christ. Patrick shows them the images of those 6 paintings, but there's a problem. The painting stolen from Charlotte's museum had no unique character, even though it was original. Confused, Charlotte explains that the artist Rembrandt, who painted these, always made duplicate backup versions that looked exactly like the original. Luke had stolen a copy, not the original. That's why there were no clues. So they now have to find the real painting. Next day, Luke is sitting at a cafe when Esme shows up. She tells him to stop researching the fountain, warning him that it's not a good thing. It's dangerous, and the protectors will go to any extent to keep it hidden. But Luke refuses to stop, so she gives him a final warning and leaves. Days pass by. After a lot of research, they learn that in 1906, an art leader was traveling with the real painting on a ship called Lusitania. During wartime, the Germans sank the ship. Its wreck lies in the North Antarctic Ocean, and the painting is stored in one of its storage rooms. The team travels to the Antarctic Ocean. There, they attach multiple balloons to parts of the ship's storage room and bring it to the surface. Luke and Charlotte go inside the ship to find the painting, but Esme arrives in a helicopter with her men and also enters the ship. Inside, while exploring different sections, Luke and Charlotte find a box containing the original painting. They're thrilled and celebrate. But when they come out, Esme holds them at gunpoint, demanding the painting. Another fight breaks out. Balloons start bursting, and the ship begins sinking again. Luke and Charlotte manage to fight off Esme's men and escape just as the ship sinks back into the ocean. They scan the real painting and find the Latin letter W, rearranging all the unique characters from other paintings. They get the word wicked After thinking hard, they connect the line 6 and 1 to King James, who was the 6th of Scotland and 1st of England. He published a Bible, but due to translation errors, people started calling that version the Wicked Bible. They now realize that the next clue is hidden inside that Wicked Bible, which is kept at the Australian National Library. While they're discussing this, Interpol agent Jamal and other police officers arrest them. But soon after, the Thailand Mafia arrives, holding all Interpol officers at gunpoint. They had followed them here and want their stolen painting back. Luke cleverly manipulates the Mafia boss again and promises to return not just that painting, but 5 more expensive ones. In exchange, the boss agrees to release Luke's team. As a distraction, Luke signals Jamal and plays loud music. Interpol uses the distraction to attack the Mafia. A gunfight breaks out. During the chaos, Luke escapes again. Jamal and his team eliminate the Mafia and begin searching for Luke. Meanwhile, Luke and the rest of the team arrive at the Australian National Library. Charlotte brings along her son Thomas, who waits with Owen at a cafe. Inside the library, they finally find the Wicked Bible. As they begin scanning its pages, Esme and her team arrive. Luke distracts her while a big fight breaks out between him and her goons in the library. Once again, Luke defeats them and escapes, trapping Esme. Since scanning the entire Bible would take too long, they plan to steal it. Luke and Deb knock out a library assistant, and through a secret drainage passage below the chamber, they escape out of the city. Elsewhere, Owen and Thomas are attacked by Esme's men. Though Owen is supposedly ill, he fights them all off and escapes with Thomas. Back at the hotel, they finish scanning the Bible and discover a number pattern. They're unable to decode it. But Thomas, the young boy, checks it and suggests that it might be musical notes. When he converts the numbers to musical notes and plays them, it produces a song, an ancient melody composed in honor of the 7 wonders. Charlotte suggests mapping the 7 wonders' locations. After analyzing for a while, Luke places all 6 paintings on the map. The secret characters align perfectly with the locations of 6 wonders, forming a pattern pointing to the final wonder, the Pyramid of Giza. Meanwhile, in the Vatican, Esme reports to her mentors that Luke has the Bible and will soon find the fountain. They're alarmed. Her mentor tells her to now go to extreme measures, even kill or die if necessary. He gives her a trident-like key to permanently lock the chamber as a failsafe. The team arrives in Egypt. They discover that beneath the Giza pyramid lies a network of secret passages and chambers. Owen had hired heavy security and bodyguards. His behavior now completely changes. He no longer listens to Luke or Charlotte. When they reach a wall, hiding the secret chamber instead of solving the clues, Owen orders to break it down. Charlotte asks for an hour to figure it out, but Owen ignores her. They enter a secret room where a huge round stone lies in the center. They try to move it, but it's too heavy. Owen tries to blow it up with a grenade. Arguments erupt again. Meanwhile, Thomas notices the room has intense sound echo. There's a musical instrument present. He plays the 7 Wonders song on it. Suddenly, the vibrations grow strong. The stone starts floating in midair. Charlotte slowly moves it forward, revealing a beetle mural underneath. When Luke touches it, the entire passage descends like an elevator, taking them below. Meanwhile, Interpol and Esme arrive above and engage in a heavy shootout with Owen's men. Both teams kill all of Owen's guards and descend into the pyramid together. At the end of a passage, the wall has a gold plate with the Tree of Life carved. Nearby is the statue of Goddess Monet, holding a burning stone, Aber Stone. Charlotte explains that the tree glows only with sunlight, so the Aber Stone is the key. She places the stone in the gold plate, and a door opens to a giant underground chamber as deep as a 5-story building. But there's no way down. Luke finds another beetle mural, presses it, and stairs emerge from the walls. They climb down and reach a central eye-shaped structure, which opens to reveal a small pond with little water, the Fountain of Youth. But Owen is unimpressed. He expected something grand. To test if it's real, he tells Luke to drink it. Luke and Charlotte refuse. When Charlotte argues, Owen silences her. He now reveals he never had cancer. He just wanted to become immortal and powerful. Seeing Luke hesitate, Owen shoots him, forcing him to drink the water to survive. Wounded, Luke touches the water, and the pond magically fills up. His blood mixes in, and magical energy flows. The water circles him. He floats in the air, lightning strikes, and a shining droplet appears in his hand. But when he looks at it, he sees a vision. He drinks it and gains powers, but at the cost of Charlotte and Thomas's life force, they age rapidly and weaken. The water transfers their life to Luke. Realizing the fountain demands sacrifice of loved ones, Luke drops the water and refuses. Miraculously, his body heals because he chose selflessness. It was all a test to see if he was selfish. But Owen is still not satisfied. He shoots Luke again, but the fountain keeps healing him. Luke returns to Charlotte and Thomas. Owen, now desperate, drinks the water himself. He too floats and receives a shining drop. But in his vision, he extracts life from his own self because he has no loved ones. The fountain starts draining his life instead. As Esme and Jamal arrive, Esme opens a hidden passage with the trident key, which leads to a giant bell. She rings it. The entire chamber begins shaking. Doors start locking permanently. The fountain keeps draining Owen's energy. He rapidly ages, becomes extremely weak, and collapses. The chamber doors begin closing. Luke, Charlotte, Thomas, and Owen's bodyguard run to escape, leaving Owen behind. The pond door shuts, trapping Owen. The chamber stairs return to normal. They race up. The bodyguard falls and dies. They encounter traps on the way, but escape safely. All goes quiet. Luke returns all the stolen paintings to Jamal, who then frees Charlotte and Luke, putting all blame on Owen, who is now declared missing. Esme meets Luke, kisses him goodbye, and warns him not to cause more trouble. In the end, Luke, Charlotte, Thomas, Patrick, and Deb leave. Luke apologizes to Charlotte for ruining her job and future, but she smiles. The adventure changed her mind. She no longer wants her old life. She decides to continue exploring with them. And with that, the story ends.